When the Michigan Wolverines won the national championship Monday night, the first person I thought of was a kid I met back when I worked at my last job. Demetrius Walker was a lifelong Wolverines fan who got to share a special moment with the team before his passing last year. Today, his legacy lives on, both in his home state of Michigan, as well as surprisingly here in North Carolina.
Michigan football, first and goal.
If you were to ask me to describe Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh, this is not how I would do it.
He definitely has a heart. I think he's a teddy bear as well.
Clearly, Gastonia resident Liana Bell knows something I don't. Having covered Jim when I worked in Grand Rapids, Michigan, I got to know him as a cantankerous coach. She and her family, however, got to know him in a much different light.
Coach Harbaugh reached out to me and was like, "Hey, Liana." I was like, hi.
Harbaugh had heard about Liana's son, who at one point might have been on the Wolverines' radar. Demetrius Walker was a star athlete from Muskegon High School who boasted numerous Division I offers, but U of M was the one he was waiting on.
He was just like, I just want Michigan. I'm ready for Michigan. He was gonna get it.
But when Harbaugh called in the fall of 2022, it obviously wasn't going to happen. Demetrius was dying from cancer, and Harbaugh wanted to do something special for him.
This was the day that we were invited to the big house, and this is his first touchdown with Harbaugh and the boys.
The day was chronicled by ESPN and other national outlets. It's an experience Liana still thinks about, now more than a year after her son's death.
I have a lot of videos of us going through that tunnel, so I definitely relive that moment all the time.
Jim and his wife apparently do as well. Even though Liana left Michigan for North Carolina last year, the Harbaughs have not lost touch.
They just encourage me and tell me how great Michi was and how he has changed their life.
He inspired them to keep believing. And while it was a joy to see the Wolverines finally win it all this past week, Liana took greater pleasure whenever Harbaugh would bring up her son's name during media interviews.
You know, when people pass, you would think the world will stop, but it just keeps going. And he's just never forgotten.
The entire thing is bittersweet.
He's supposed to be here. He was supposed to be here celebrating with us.
Instead, Demetrius is now an immortal Wolverine.
It's like I felt the presence.
Still inspiring, still connecting, and still bringing out the best in everyone.